Hi, Pam Vriedevelt here, your online emotional health coach, and today is part 4 in the series, How to Let Go of Your Frustration and Anger. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome, and be sure to go catch up on videos 1 through 3 because there's some great tips in those episodes. Now, in this episode, I want to talk to you about something that you can do that will save you a lot of wasted time and energy spitting in those negative, angry ruminations. And here's the tip. Let go of unrealistic expectations. Now, the reason I say this is because I was talking with a young mom a while back, and at first glance, everything was going for her. I'm going to call her Susan for our sake. She was married to a successful businessman by the name of Mark, and he made a good income, so they had a lovely home, beautiful surroundings. He was able to fully support her so that she could have her desire of being a stay-at-home mom. And they had a son and a daughter, kindergarten, second grade. And now Mark, his business had a lot of demands, and he worked about 50 hours a week, but he was home on most evenings and weekends and very involved with the kids' lives. But Susan was unhappy and angry that her emotional needs were not being met. See, she really wanted a soulmate that she could share her intimate feelings with. When I probed a little bit more, it occurred to me that her romantic expectations of marriage were never going to be met because what she longed for was an unrealistic fantasy fed by Hollywood fairy tales and softcover fiction books. And the more she nurtured that fantasy, the angrier she got. Now, I like a good book, but a persistent diet of romance novels or Netflix love stories, they can stir up a lot of unrealistic expectations in marriage and leave you feeling as though your husband has shortchanged you. I've actually had women tell me that they were as hooked on romance novels and movies, much like an addict is hooked on a drug. So that afternoon, I asked Susan a question. I said, would you expect your kindergartner to be able to stand up and read a college textbook out loud? And she said, no, of course not. And I said, why not? And she said, well, because she hasn't been taught how to do that yet. I said, well, it's about as unrealistic for you to expect Mark to meet all of your emotional needs because there's no way he can, just like the rest of the men on this planet. They're just not taught how to meet the emotional needs of women. They spend a lot of their emotional energy just providing for their families. See, unrealistic expectations, they fuel anger. So take inventory. Evaluate your expectations against reality. Romance novels and chick flicks are fun, but they are not reality. So Susan made some positive shifts, and rather than complaining about what she didn't have with Mark and the time she wanted, she started planning times where the two of them could get alone and kind of focus on each other without all the other distractions of life and the kids. And she chose to be more open and talk about her feelings with Mark rather than kind of focusing on him and being angry that he was more analytical or cerebral. And those shifts reduced her anger and increased her happiness. In the next episode, we'll talk more about how to tame your temper by resolving your unmet needs. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can notify you when the future videos are available. And then head on over to pamvriedevelt.com and come and see what new resources we have for you. Until next time, you take very good care of you.